Hello YouTube, this is the Prodigal Legion and I'm posting another Pokemon Showdown Battle. It's been quite a long time since I've played OU singles and let's get into this. Now, I have some changes in my basic OU team. Heatran and Conkeldurr are pretty much a solid core and Clefable as well, so I decided to throw in Mandibuzz back and Milotic is doing very well in OU despite that it's a UU and Landorus T. Landorus T is a fantastic Pokemon to use, and I understand why he's so popular even in BGCs, and we'll get to that. So let us get into this battle. So I'm going to send out my Landorus Therian, in comes Staraptor, it gets intimidated, which is perfect because its final gambit won't be enough to take me out without a critical hit. So I managed to set up my Stealth Rocks, which is cool. Now, my opponent's Charizard is going to be at 50% health unless they have a defogger on that Scizor, but you never know. So I'm going to send out Heatran, going to go for the sub, expecting my opponent to switch out their Pokemon, but no, my opponent packs Rock Smash, which makes me think, okay, I'm dealing with a possible rookie here because rookie meaning that he doesn't run the standard Scizor thingy set. I'm a Bob. Anyway, so in comes Gyarados, and this is a Pokemon that I do not want to deal with right now. So I'm gonna have to switch out into Mandibuzz that can take hits favorably well. So Waterfall did like 30% to me, and so does Ice Fang. It just doesn't make any difference whatsoever. So I'm back at full health, and Gyarados decides to Dragon Dance on the very same turn I decided to Whirlwind it away. So that is always good to see. And in comes Breloom, a Pokemon that I didn't want to see, and it gets to put me to sleep because I forgot to put Overcoat on this Mandibuzz when I edited it. So I'm gonna send out Heatran because it's one of the Pokemon that I like. Very much, and it packs Thunder Punch, not that big of a problem. So I'm gonna go for a Lava Plume. Won't take it out, won't get the burn, which is unfortunate. But my opponent's trying to get the Spore on me, but this is Showdown, bitch. You cannot Spore more than one Pokemon at a time. So yeah, cheeky people like that. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. But it's why I love and hate Smogon so much at the same time. So anyway, my opponent has the Sky Uppercut as opposed to maybe, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. So I have the Roost. I managed to Roost up to full health, and Thunder Punch does a pathetic amount of damage. So I get the knockoff and kill the Breloom, which had a Focus Sash, evidently, which is useless ever since it got in with the entry hazards. Now, Charizard is not going to take this well. So I decided to switch out into my Heatran that can't take any fire attacks. But it's the Charizard X variant, and I couldn't tell. I didn't know what it was. So if this thing packs like Earthquake, for instance, I'm screwed. So in comes Gyarados. I should have, gone for a substitute or maybe protected. Oh, I actually did go for the protect. So these two Pokemon are actually getting whittled down slowly, slowly. So I'm going to send in Mandibuzz that can actually take all of these Pokemon from here. It's basically, if you do not take Mandibuzz, you're most likely screwed in this case. So Ice Fang is doing even less than what a Waterfall would do. And I get flinched, which is unfortunate, but I'm a Mandibuzz. I can just take hits all day. Ah, Mandibuzz, you just never die. You just never fail to impress me. So, I should go for another Roost when this Gyarados goes for another Ice Fang. So, oh no, actually, I knock off its Mystic Water. You see, Mystic Water is something that you wouldn't usually see on Pokemon Showdown at a higher level. I mean, Gyarados would have had like a, I don't know, lefties, Life Orb, something. Anyway, so Ice Fang does a decent amount of damage, and I'm at the range of health where I can actually. My opponent decides to Dragon Dance again when I go for the Whirlwind, which is fantastic. So in comes Gallade, and this is a Pokemon that I do not want to deal with, so I'm going to send in my fairies. So Fairy type Gallade, Fairy type versus Gallade. It is the Mega, which is fantastic. So it is Life Orb though, and I do get a crit Moonblast, but I don't think that really mattered because I would have killed him anyway. So Charizard comes in. I know that I can take this thing out, but he goes for the Flare Blitz and takes me, destroys me. So that's kind of bad. So it's at 2 HP. Both of his Pokemon a weakened. Conkeldurr can come here and sweep the rest. Charizard X is out of the way, and Gyarados comes in. And I decided not to Mach Punch this thing because it would be a cheap finish. So I decided to get crunched or anything. Maybe Ice Fang flinched and destroyed with an overpowered Thunder Punch. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the battle. Let's jump into the next one, shall we? Okay, now where were we? Okay, battle number two is where I actually use the same team against another team, and I'm on the upper right corner, whereas my opponent is on the lower left. So, yeah, Captain Obvious strikes again. So my opponent has some pretty ish stuff. Sorry, chicken actually bloats me up. Anyway, but this is pretty much what you do in OU. People just tend to bring up stuff from other tiers. They just, mix things up, and you get a very nice result. So let us get into this battle. Sorry. In comes the Mammoth Swine. I have Landers because, of course, it works pretty well for me. I do pack the Stealth Rock, and I'm going to switch out into my Milotic because I really do not want to take another Ice Shard. And Milotic resists the hit because it's a Milotic, and I can go for the Scald, and anything that comes in, aside from that Alakazam, will get burned. So in comes the Nighthawk, okay, thing. So I do a clean 20% on this thing, and I have to switch out because I do not want to take like a Leaf Storm something from this thing. Anyway, so this guy goes for the Endure, possibly expecting an Ice Beam, I'm not sure. So in comes Charizard. And I go for the Lava Plume, knowing that the switch was imminent. So my opponent has the Mega Charizard X, goes for the Dragon Dance, predicted that very nicely, and all I have to do is switch out into Clefable that just doesn't give a damn. So Power Up Punch is a very cool move to boost attack while dealing it at the same time against steel types like Heatran and stuff. So Charizard trades itself for Clefairy, and I'm going to send out Conkeldurr because I knew that I had to Ice Punch this thing, knowing that Dragonite most likely would have liked to set up something, maybe bait a switch out from me, but no, I'm going to go for the Ice Punch. And Conkeldurr is like the best Pokemon in existence. So my opponent goes for the Endure, and get this, ladies and gentlemen, Ice Punch activates its weakness policy with Endure. It is a fantastic strategy, but it won't work against Conkeldurr because Endure has a very bad has something. The bad thing about um, Endure sets is that priority completely screws it over. So in comes Mandibuzz. It can wall anything in this team. I mean anything. Yes, I'm gonna knock off the Life Orb of this thing. So I'm gonna switch out into my Milotic. Now anything can take a Scold, no problem. This Mamoswine does not have anything on my Milotic. Nothing, nothing at all. Bulldoze goes off. I'm already slower, so that doesn't really matter to me. So Scald destroys this thing. It just melts the Mamoswine's face off. And in comes the Infernape, which is called Berry for some reason. Anyway, so I can go for the Intimidate on it, and luckily for me, this thing goes for the Thunder Punch. Well, when you pit an Infernape against a Milotic, you're most likely going to Thunder Punch. So I go for the Earthquake. Landorus T hangs on with like 4 HP on a thread. So in comes this Alakazam, and I have everything in my arsenal to destroy it. Now Alakazam is OU again, which means that he is versatile as ever. People are just starting to re-realize it. I like the fact that this tier list is, mixing it up and stuff. So, Knockoff destroys the opposing Alakazam, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed this double episode of Pokemon Showdown that I battled. And I'm going to start doing some live showdown stuff. I think I mentioned it before, but I want to do some live VGC stuff, start to learn the format, yada yada yada. And so until then, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Goodbye.